Ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, welcome to the Rodcast podcast, where we'll be talking more shit than a little bit. It's real, it's raw, and it's uncensored. And I got some guests that are out of this world here. I got Dave Simmons. That's what this is all about. Big Dave Simmons used to play for the Melbourne Tigers and do his thing here in Australia. How you doing, D?
I'm good, Rodney. I'm good. How are you?
I'm out of control on a regular basis, but you already know that, right?
Absolutely.
100%. It's about the BASKETBALL. Oh, you brought your son. You got a kid too, huh?
I do.
Oh, okay. What's his name?
Ben Simmons.
What it do, B?
What's
what it
up,
do,
what's
nephew?
up?
Welcome to a land down under where you're from.
Uh-huh.
Huh? How you living?
I'm good.
You
doing
good?
Well. Yeah.
Hey, listen, man, I'm glad that you came on the show, man. I wanted to talk to you about this shit. Last time I seen you, you was doing your basketball affiliation with the NBA 2K. What is it?
Yeah, NBA 2K. So I was on the cover for Australia and New Zealand, Pan Pacific. So they gave me the cover for those two.
And they gave you some kind of rating that you weren't really happy about.
We ain't worried about that because I'll make sure it happens on the court.
Did you get it up? Did you get the ratings up?
Yeah, it always goes up.
It always goes up?
Now,
okay, all right, cool in the game. So, Dave, I didn't get a chance to see you the last time your son was in town, and we did a little shopping, and because he likes the clothes thing, and he's real fashion conscious. What about yourself, man? You done came back to Down Under, and now you got a basketball camp, right?
That's right. We're running the Ben Simmons basketball camps. We started in Melbourne a couple of years ago, and now we've finally made our way up to Sydney. And we had a fantastic camp this morning. And like I said to everyone, we hope to be able to do this each and every year.
Okay, so you trying to come over here and teach your skill sets to Australian kids?
Absolutely. Well, what it's about, Ben was raised here, and I played most of my career here. And we're just trying to spread the thing that we love, which is basketball. And to make sure it's more than just the teaching, it's an experience. It's the whole thing. It's about the coaches, about the people you're talking to and you meet with. And we like to have really high caliber coaches and really experienced people as well.
Indeed. So, Ben, you having a chance to come back home and spread love. You a young man, and now you got all of these kids in the land down under wanting to follow you like they used to follow your dad. You know what I'm saying? So how important is it for you to make sure the kids know the real B. Simmons?
Yeah, super for me. Well, I think I'm one of the only guys in the NBA from Australia that has a camp. So for me, I try to give every kid an experience, to hang with an NBA player, learn something new, and just have a good time, and teach what I know about the game to them.
Hey, Dave, I wanted to ask you, homie, now, seeing your son come up and playing basketball and now teaching other kids how to play basketball, what moves did he steal from you? What moves did Ben Simmons steal from Dave?
A few of the full court crossovers, the in and out dribble. No, I'm just kidding. He's reinvented the game for himself, and he has a very unique style, which I'm proud of. And I saw glimpses of that as he was a kid. He'd make these fantastic moves, and it's good to see him as a full grown man doing the same thing. So.
B, all right, well, enough of that. What move did you steal from your old man? He trying to be all this and that. What the hell with that? What move did you take from Pops?
Probably like a 2-foot dunk on somebody, something like that. Just like being physical, being a big guard. I think because he taught me just to keep dribbling. So he really just made me a guard, and I stuck with that, and I had his size. So it's really just a mixture of a little bit of everything.
Yeah, because you're a big point guard.
Yeah.
Probably the biggest in the game at the moment.
Yeah, definitely the biggest point guard.
Yeah. So how do you match up against like Steph Curry, and I guess how does the comparison?
I don't mind guarding guys like that.
Yeah.
It's like one-on-one, I'm fine, but if they start running around, it's a lot different because I got to stay focused and locked in where the ball is and where they're going. Because the guys like that, they're unbelievable without the ball.
Oh man, he's unbelievable point guard.
For sure.
To match up against him would be a massive challenge, but you learn from it.
The
as
hell
well.
with Steph Curry. Man, of course, his little ass. Man, I ain't trying to hear that. It's my friend Ben that's on the Rodcast with me too with that corny ass question.
The only reason is because he's the biggest point guard probably in history. Like, how many point guards are going to be his size?
So that means they instantly all get slayed.
It means I can block shots easier.
Man.
So.
That's it. You got it covered. You're dominating.
So how are you preparing yourself for the coming season, B?
I've been in LA just working out. So I've been with my trainer there working out, just getting better, just getting ready for the season.
Okay. Anything specifically you working on, like your
Everything.
cardio, your
Now that usually comes naturally to me. It's more about footwork, shooting the ball, just different shots, just get comfortable in different positions.
All right, well, look here. You talking about L.A. now. Now, you in my hometown, the Philadelphia. I love it that you there. Your pops is from New York and me from Philly. We're both happy with you being on the East Coast. But that L.A. action, man, they got a bunch of movies out there. Your Clutch Management has got you with LeBron and a whole host of other cats that's doing big things. You done now branched off into movie business. Tell me a little something about that. What you doing some stuff here in the land down under?
Yeah, the Australian Dream.
What's that about? The Australian Dream. What is it? What is the Australian Dream about?
It's a documentary that Adam Goods and Uninterrupted approached me with, and once I found out that Adam was involved, my eyes lit up. And after I watched it, it was amazing.
Do you know Adam?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you know him before?
Briefly, like some social media stuff.
Because he's a cool dude, man.
Real cool,
he's a real cool brother.
Yeah. So once I watched it, it hit home. Being a mixed kid growing up in Australia. And seeing the difficulties that Adam grew up with and went through and dealt with, I felt like it was something I needed to do for not only for people from Australia, just everybody over the world, so they can really get an understanding of racism and things that go on daily.
Well, B, I mean, your father played down here, and he is a very dark dude. You know what I mean? And he's down here to play some ball. How many years you play here? 800 years or something
800
like that?
years, something like that. 800, 600, something like that.
Yeah, so, I mean, in your time here, I mean, Australia is a multicultural place. You know what I'm saying? And you got some, he said he's mixed, right? So, obviously, his mom is not as dark as you, right?
Only in the summertime.
Only in the summertime. So, you had the opportunity to teach your kids about, racism. And did you get a chance to see the film?
Yeah, I saw the film as well, and I've known lots of those guys, and I thought it was fantastic. And the thing I took away from it is it's about a conversation, which we've been having forever. And it seems like there are young people such as Ben now getting involved at such a young age. I think that's very important because then the message changes. Instead of being passed down from your grandfather and only hearing what he had to say, these kids are experiencing things themselves. And with social media, able to talk about it in real time. So I think it's very important just to keep talking about the message. You're not going to conquer racism in a day, but you at least need to talk about it and realize that it exists and, realize that it's not good for us and how can we do things better.
Yep. B, tell me, man, about this other film now. There's 2 films apparently that you're involved with. Is that true or correct? Only the one? Okay, it was the Australian Dream. But then there's another one. What's it called? No? I'm looking over at M, and she said no is only one.
He's making up movies.
I wanted to hear Ben. I wanted to hear M get in on it too, because she is a beast too. M is the beast of all beasts. Now, Dave, let me ask you this here, man. When did you decide that you can't guard your son again?
Well, he's going to say when he was 10, but I think it was probably when he was really 14 or 15. He'd gone over to the States for Pangos All-American Camp, and I remember he came back, and I was like, okay, come on, let's play, because we always play. And this time I was like, the further I got away from the basket, the more vulnerable I felt. I was like, oh my God, what am I doing out here? But he was hitting shots, he was blowing past me, and I was like, okay, I've had enough now. So I knew he'd arrived, and there was no more one-on-one, or at least I wasn't going to win any more of those.
At 10 years old?
No.
Oh, sorry.
No. It was probably around 14, 15.
14. So that's when you knew he was going to
he started coming to his body and understand the power and the speed, and I couldn't fool him anymore. And I definitely couldn't just stay near the basket anymore. So he took me out, and I didn't get there was no rebounds, so everything was going in. So I was like, okay, well, I can't play this game anymore.
Wow.
B, tell us about your love of the game, man. I mean, where do you see basketball taking you?
Well, it's gotten me here so far. I just love playing. It was never about money or anything like that or fame. It was just something I was good at, and I stuck with it. I was always in the gym, and whenever I'm in the gym, you're gonna see me on the floor. It's just an instinct. I always go right to the rim. I'm just shooting, putting up shots, whatever it is, and having fun.
How fortunate were you to get my head coach of the Sydney Kings to go to my city, Philly, and select you? Huh?
Crazy.
It's insane. insane. I don't think there's definitely not a story like it.
No.
So I'm grateful to have him as a coach, and he's a great guy.
He's been quite instrumental in letting you develop your way. You ain't letting nobody tell you what to do.
No doubt.
Pretty hard-headed like your father.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know how to play the game. I've been playing it my whole life, so I'm confident in my ability.
Now, I want to switch gears, man. I like cars, and you drive to the basket quite frequently and with efficiency, but you driving some other shit now. I've been seeing, your Instagram, which is Ben Simmons. I'm rollers, Rolls Royce trucks, Lamborghinis, scooters with 3 wheels. You riding in everything. You driving?
Yeah, I like cars.
Uh-huh.
He isn't like that. I like cars too much, but I love cars. I got a lot.
You got a lot of cars, or you just got a lot of love for cars?
I got both.
Ah!
I got both.
All right, so what's one of your favorite whips that you pushing?
Oh, I don't have a favorite, but I got a Rolls Royce truck that I just got in LA.
Beautiful.
I just got a Hellcat Red Eye, like 700 horsepower.
Yeah, you got the Hellcat. One of the fastest production cars. Factory 700 horse. I think it's more.
And so, Dave, what you think about all of this here? Because I know you like to stay on the ground. You went last week or went up in a helicopter and shit your pants.
I did.
So how you in the cars?
You know what? It's an experience. I think I picked up the Ferrari for him one day after getting the windows tinted, and I'm in this thing and my body's just buzzing. But I pressed that metal, I'm like, oh my goodness. But I said, let me get out of here before I hurt somebody. But that's all him. I mean, I'm probably more the old school, the classic, the nice ride. But it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be able to drive some of these nice cars you normally see and you never sit in them. But I'm fortunate that I've been able to sit in some of those cars.
Hey, so Ben, check this out, man. Do you say had a car home by 10 p.m. or something like that? You give him some little rules. You done switch the game up on his ass?
The first time I got my Rolls Royce Wraith, him and my uncle got it, and I was like, yeah, let's take it.
Yeah.
But did you give him a time frame? Have my car back and don't scratch my joint like he probably told you when you was a kid?
That's the one thing. Like, I let anybody take my cars. Like, not anybody, but like family. Yeah, go take it. I think it's funny when I see my brother drive my Ferrari.
Sorry, the other side of that, though, is I'm driving this car and I'm nervous as hell because I'm like, oh, get away from me. Don't put any scratches on this car. You worried about damaging the damn car. I like to just drive and not worry about that. Worry about something I can't afford.
B, how's it been to be a person that can help your family's dreams come true, man? That's a blessing.
It's been amazing. I don't think it's really hit me that I signed my extension with Sixers. I think eventually it will, but it's cool to have that opportunity and be able to do that for my family and help other people along the way.
My man. So how's Philadelphia treating you? Have you been to North Philly?
Of course.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You been to West Philly?
I've been everywhere.
You've been all over Philly? D, you taking them around?
We've been everywhere. Trust me. Some
right.
places we go and people go, you were over there? Yeah, so it's just, I'm from the Bronx, so we go everywhere.
I'm 28th and Lehigh, over that way. That's where I was born and raised, North Philly. That's where Meek Mill and them from. That's where the little dude, what's his name, the comedian kid. I don't like saying his name.
Come on. He's all right.
Shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's our hood, man. And I was raised out in West Philly. I went to Overbrook High School where Wilt Chamberlain went. You know what I mean? So that's my joint out there. But I'm gonna come home one of these times. Yeah. I wanted to know, I've never sat courtside. Can you make that happen? Yeah. Can we talk to Ben?
You sit courtside. I play.
All right, you got me covered.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Man, this is the Rodcast podcast, and we have to now let B go. We got a bit more to go. You got any more questions?
I wanted to ask you because
ask him something then.
Signing that contract at 23 years old. How do you motivate yourself to turn up every week, knowing that you've got that in the bank for the next 5 years? How do you stay on track and continue to push yourself?
Because if you just, it's easy to sign that contract and just be like, cool, like but like that's boring. Like I like to compete, so I'm not gonna go out there and look a fool. I want to be the best, and like I want 3 more $200 million contracts.
Yeah. That's the way to think.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
I think that's it too. And I know that for Ben, a lot of people don't know it. They might look at it and say, oh, he's a competitor.
Yeah.
I mean, he's out there playing with his best friend trying to kick his butt, and we're a competitive family, so he knows ain't no letting up here.
100%. I know that to be fact. So you bring some of your squad over here and roll with you. Did you go to school with, what's the dude name?
I brought Taj. I went to high school with him, so he's been along the way with me. he's helping out a lot, interning. So he's doing that. I got Alex, who I met through Sixers, who's now does a lot of my photography and photos and stuff like that. So he's always with me. My brothers, Sean, my manager.
Yeah, Sean. I want. Is he up here somewhere? Because I can't wait to see him. He got the smartest mouth in the business, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to see that little cat, man. I'm about to bend him over. You know what I mean? No, but look, I want to say thank you very much. The Ben Simmons camp is fabulous. You done Melbourne. Now you're doing Sydney. You making a lot of people proud here in Australia. I'm proud to call you a nephew because I'm out of control on a regular basis. But your dad usually try to, pull me in when I'm around him, and I'm usually a little more calmer. But thank you so much, man, for blessing up.
Appreciate it.
On our joint, man.
Thank you.
Thanks
a lot.
Thanks, Ron.
I appreciate that,
Sir.
Dave.
Thank you very much.
All right, so we're going to stop this shit. It's the Rodcast podcast, and we at you 150. You digging it?